Hello everyone and welcome back to this lecture again. We are doing unit 4 and let's see, today we will start with critical thinking. Okay, so first of all, what is critical thinking? You must have heard about this word. Critical thinking means when you think in a very positive manner about particular topic or some other things. Okay, it may be anything, maybe about your idea also. Okay, so that is what a critical thinking is. As what I have written here, it is the ability to think clearly and rationally, understanding the logical connection between ideas. Okay, that means what? Whenever a person is having this skill, that means if he is thinking about a particular idea in a very critical manner, that means what? If you give any idea to that particular person, then what happens? They think about the to and fro's, they think about the pros and cons of this that particular idea. Okay, they ask many questions, they want to know each and every bit of that particular idea. So that is what a critical thinking is called. That means when some kind of idea is given, then you have to think logically about that idea, whether the idea is good or bad, whether the idea will be able to work in future or will not be able to work in future. These are all the things that you have to keep in your mind. So critical thinking means you have to think beyond the limitations. Okay, that is what required here. So always remember one thing: the critical thinkers, they always identify, they analyze the problem and they solve the problem. Okay, so that is what a critical thinkers are. So if you think that you have that critical thinking skills, then always remember, you can first of all understand the links between the ideas. Second thing is that you can determine the importance and the relevance of arguments and ideas. Okay, arguments, I already told you what arguments means. Okay, you can recognize, you can build, and you can appraise the arguments. Okay, that is the main thing. And next is, you can, if you are a good critical thinker, then you can definitely identify the consistencies, you can identify the errors in any kind of reasoning. Okay, you can, next is, you can approach to a problem in a very consistent and systematic way. Okay, these are the things which any critical thinkers can have. Moreover, whatever you can say, whatever you think about as a critical thinker, if you think about something, that will definitely reflect on the justification also. That means your own assumptions, your own beliefs, and your values, that will definitely reflect. Okay, so critical thinking is also a very good skill at some points, because you think beyond the limits. Okay, so this is all about critical thinking. Next comes to nuances. The nuances, there are four traditional modes of the nuances. We have divided it into narration, description, exposition, and argument. Okay, so first of all, let's see what narration means. Okay, now narration means what? Narration actually is something, you are suppose narrating a story, that means you are just telling a story. So in the form of a story, you can say that yes, the narration is going on. So when you tell a story, always remember, it normally starts with like, once upon a time this and that thing has happened, so that comes under narration. Okay, and normally it ends with, and then if you want to end a particular story, that means what you will say, and they lived happily ever after. These are some startings and some endings of the narrations. Okay, so this is what comes in narration. I can also give you an example in Hindi also, कि आप कह सकते हो उसको कि ओके, आपको पता है क्या हुआ था, कैसे हुआ था. So these all things that comes under narration, that means from where you have to begin the story. आपको पता है क्या हुआ था, क्या हुआ था, उसके बाद पूरी स्टोरी शुरू हो जाएगी. सो दैट इज़ द मेन थिंग. वंस अपॉन अ टाइम दिस एंड दैट थिंग हैज़ हैपेंड, एंड देन you start narrating the whole story. Now always remember, in case of narration, the things that comes, that may be the real story. Okay, and there may be that may be a fiction also. Fiction means something which has been made by your own self. So in narration, while you are telling a story, you can either tell the in fiction form also, you can tell the real stories also. For example, if I would like to say here, I would like to mention, like, there is a writer like Chetan Bhagat who wrote many novels. So what is the main thing in his all novels? is somewhere you feel like that is based on a real story, but yes, with some masala, or you can say with some fiction, yeah, that particular novel came into existence. Okay, he is just telling the story of his own life, but in a particular manner. Okay, that is a very different manner. Next comes description. Now description and narration, very very narrow difference in between these two lines. In case of description, what happens when you tell a story? Okay, you just keep on narrating the things, that once upon a time this there was a king, there was a queen, then this thing happened, that thing happened, and like this the story ends, and at the end what you will say, and they lived happily ever after. But in case of description, what happens? You just tell each and every bit of the story. That means how the wind is flowing, how the rivers are going, moving around. Okay, so these are the things. In case of description, what happens when you describe each and every point, then the reader who reads those particular stories, they think that it is just moving in front of their eyes. Okay, they just think that yes, they can feel it. That is the most important part of description. Description somewhere is related to all your five senses also. You can feel, you can say, you can taste, you can smell all these things. So that is how, if you are just telling the story in such a manner, definitely it will look more and more good. Okay, then next comes expositions. Expositions means, see, this exposition came from two words, ex and position. Okay, ex is actually a prefix, a Greek word, which means to come out. Okay, that means away from a particular thing, to be out from a particular thing. So that is what ex means. Position is here related to place. So if we call exposition, exposition means to place out a thing. To place out a thing, in this case you will say that you are telling a story with some purpose. Okay, you are telling a story, you have done the analysis. Okay, you are just telling all the definitions. So here exposition means you are telling a particular story, or you it can be any other thing also other than story. All real things can come in case of exposition. You are bifurcating the things. There are, suppose you are classifying the things. Suppose there is something, then you are just parting away all the different modes of that. Okay, you are just explaining a particular thing in different parts. That is what exposition means. Okay, so normally these things happens in organization. That means when some kind of meeting is there or something else, then what they do, they just tell you each and everything in a very very sequential manner. Okay, that is the main thing. So that is the conventional thing, very sequence manner comes under exposition. Next is argument. We have already dealt with this word argument, as I all told you, that if you have a belief on particular thing, then you have to prove it by claiming something. Okay, that means you are claiming something to prove that whatever you think about a particular belief, that is true. Okay, you claim that truth in the in your argument. Okay, so this is what all about argument. Now next comes effective business communication competence. See, when we are talking about competence, competence means yes, we are in a particular competition, and what happens when a competence comes, that means you have to go to that particular level so that you can make a competition to others. Okay, so let's see what effective business communication competence have. First of all, eliminate assumptions. Now in this case, if you need, these things are something which you can say that if you want to make your business worldwide, or if you want to get success in your business, you have to follow following rules, especially all these 8 rules you have to follow. So just go one by one, that what you have to do and what you don't have to do while going while doing the business. Okay, first of all, eliminate assumptions. Eliminate assumption means when you are doing business with the other company, or when you are doing the business with your fellow person. Okay, always remember one thing, don't assume anything. Okay, you have to fulfill the expectations. You just can't assume that okay, I will give this particular product to the company and they will definitely like it. No, this is your assumption. If the product is not good, they will definitely refuse it. They will, what they will do, they will not take your product. So just don't go around ki, okay, he is my friend and he will definitely do the business with me. No, that's not necessary. If your friend thinks that this business is not giving a very good profit to him, he or she, they can leave your business. So don't keep any kind of assumption. You have to look forward, you have to believe in something which is happening. Okay, just don't keep on assuming every anything. So always remember, if you don't assume, then definitely your business will grow in a very good manner. Okay, never assume that history will repeat itself. This is the most important line whenever we say eliminate assumption. Okay, now next is find a good place and time for all involved to talk. Now this is also very important. When you are doing a business and you have some kind of meetings with your colleagues or with your subordinates, okay, with your workers, so always remember, those meetings should be kept in a very good place, and proper timing should be there. Okay, so that each and every person can come and give their views, they can give their ideas, they can talk to you. That means everyone will get involved in the talk. So this is also very important, because what happens if this thing is not going on, if a person is not in a good mood, then definitely that will affect your business also. So try to listen to them, give them a proper place, have a regular meetings at that particular place or at a particular time, so that they will come prepared well in advance and they can give their views, they can talk to you, they can share their ideas. That is the most important thing. It may take your business to a next level. Now next point is to be heard, listen first. Now this is a very important topic, and I think many times I said this thing in the second unit also. I told this thing, that if you want to be a good leader, then listening is very important, because if you want that other person listen to you, then you have to listen to them also. Okay, so remember this thing. Now next is ask questions. See, ask questions here means, if you are not taking the feedback of your business, then definitely your business will not be able to rise in that particular manner which is actually required. Okay, so feedback is very important. Ask questions, that means you can ask, you can allow your subordinates, you can allow your friends, family members, so that they can ask the questions, they can give their feedbacks. Okay, so this is also very important. So while when they give the feedback, you will come to know that how your product is going on, how your business is going on, and you can make necessary changes also. Okay, now next comes expressing emotion is important, but always be respectful. Okay, this is also very important. In business normally people say that you have to be very don't go with emotions and other things, and you have to be very professional while doing the business. Okay, somewhere this is definitely very important, but that doesn't mean that you just stop respecting others, you just stop listening to others, you think you are a boss and you will, whatever you will say, the others will listen to that. No, don't be in that. Emotions, just express them. This is also very important, but always remember, you emotions here means, for example, suppose something you don't like, then you can show that I'm not liking it. You can express your emotions. That emotion may be in the form of anger, that emotion may be in the form of sadness. Okay, any kind of emotion can come. So don't forget to respect. If suppose you are working in an organization and you are not liking something, then remember one thing, even if you don't like a particular thing, there should be a very soft tone of saying that. And don't forget that if you are yelling on someone, don't forget that you have to be respectful even at that time also. Show your emotions, but don't go over with that. Okay, you have to respect the person who is in front of you. Next is pay attention to non-verbal messages. Now this is also very important. Sometimes what happens, you can see this thing that when you are in a particular meeting, then there are people who may be possible that they don't speak anything, they will not say anything, but yes, you have to pay attention to their non-verbal messages. Maybe if you think that you went for a meeting and they both keep mum, okay, two people who are in a meeting, and if they keep their mouth shut and they will just clench their jaws something, okay, they just folding their arms and sitting quietly that okay, just wait, the next person will speak and then only I will speak, okay. No, don't do all these things, that will not be good for you, okay. So remember this thing, don't do all these things, and try to understand if a person who is in front of you is doing this, then please try to understand, give some space to that person so that he may get comfortable and then he starts speaking, okay. That is the most important thing. The next is recognize and reinforce positive behaviors. This is also very important. When you are doing an effective communication, always remember this is a very constant activity, okay. So you should be thankful to the person, okay. You should at least pay some kind of acknowledgement that you are thankful. And it is very important because recognizing and reinforcing the positive behavior definitely keep your business to a very high level, okay. So remember this thing, don't forget to show respect to others, don't forget to say thanks to the others, don't forget to acknowledge the one who have made your business a very very success, okay. So that is also important. And the last is be patient and don't expect miracles. Yes, in business this is very important. If you think that you will start your business today and from tomorrow you will get start getting the profits, then please don't expect this thing. You have to be patient, you have to keep track of your business first, let your business start in a very proper manner, and then only it will go to the very high level and it will get success. So don't expect any kind of miracle, you have to keep on working hard on your business, okay. So that's all for today. From tomorrow in the next lecture I will definitely take the next things. Thank you very much. Bye bye, take care.